Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this Friday morning. Got a big show lined up, but first, as always, our weather, our outdoor weather we call it. I guess we need to know indoor weather, but outdoor weather, outside weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. It's going to be a high of 81 today and a low of 63 tonight. Water temperature is hanging around 74, 75. This morning it's 75, so it's been that way. Our wind's been coming out south, been coming out east, been coming out north, and so all those currents and all are sort of hanging in there. So it's saying steady 75 degrees. You're going to see a big drop, I think, next weekend probably. And also, don't forget Friday. Today's Friday, but don't forget Sunday morning to set your clock back. It's a big deal right there. Don't be late for church. River readings. Take a look at our river readings. Brought to us by Watson's Landing Marina and Dry Storage, about 2 minutes east of Harrison Avenue on Highway 98. A big facility there, new facility, and a great position there to put your boat in the water. Looking at our Apalachicola Bluffstown, I was reading 1.5, and not much movement coming in on it, but 1.5. And the Choctaw at Caribou, we've talked about it all week, about it bouncing up and down. It's actually starting to fall this morning. As of last night, it started to fall. It didn't get quite as high. It got around 6, and they were thinking it was going to get about 7. But right this morning, it's right at 5 foot and dropping on out. So if you like to fish falling water, the Choctaw River is your place to go for the weekend. It's going to be nice. It's going to be muddy. Be aware of that. The tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. This is one bright spot coming in with this weekend is going to be really strong. Looking today, we're looking at a tide at 10:15 this morning, and that's a low tide, and a high tide at 12 o'clock tonight. So you got a good strong tide coming in. Now it's going to be held back by a north-northeast wind, about 5 to 10. And also, they're predicting rain coming in Sunday, Monday, anywhere from 70 to 90% of rain. So let's try to get your outdoor activities in either this afternoon or tonight or tomorrow, because Sunday's not looking real promising for our outdoor adventures. So let's go ahead on this segment on Friday. We'd like to go ahead and look at our fishing game forecast brought to us by Mark Coward of Counts Real Estate. And we're looking at our times. This morning was 3:09 to 5:09. This evening from 3:37 to 5:37. Okay? And again, our marine forecast north-northeast at about 5 to 10. All right, that takes care of all of our outdoor weather, and we'll go ahead and take our break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Glad you're with us. Let's get started on some announcements and pictures and all. Don't forget now, red snapper season goes out this weekend. Tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday wraps it up. It was a 70-day season this year, and it was, let's see, I got the dates where it started. Memorial Day weekend it started, and then it closed July 12th and been open every weekend. I really like that weekend openings. I know some people got in. There's always a couple of weekends where the weather prevents it, but it's been a good snapper season. And of course, this is state waters, and all kinds of things are in the air now about what's going to happen to red snapper. So stay tuned, and we'll keep you informed on it, and go to these meetings if you can. At least give the FWC some feedback on your feelings on it, because there's a lot of feelings out there, and a lot of information needs to be shared. All right, let's go to our pictures. I've got it's fascinating when things happen. People want to inform me, and I'm so glad you have that attitude, because we just we pass it on to you and tell. A lot of times, some things are covered in the news, but they don't get a lot of detail and a lot of positions of where things are going on, especially in outdoors. A lot of times they will say something, but especially about the red tide. But I got it Thursday afternoon. I really started getting some information. Actually Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night, about it being in Grand Lagoon. Had people call me from out there, send me pictures. Here's a picture right here of all the fish killed over in Grand Lagoon. Now that's a lot of dead fish. You see most of them are bait fish and all, but there are some large fish in there, some mullet, trout, and redfish. Let's go over to Destin. They had this on the news, but actually they didn't get this picture. But by the time the news crew got over there, this had all been cleaned up by the city there. But this was we had our high water those big waves come in there and pushed everything up in that direction. So that's right there at Destin. And here's another picture. Okay, people want to know if we lose very many game fish. We do lose some, and that's a redfish that had been washed up, and nice sized redfish. I certainly hate losing those. Here again, another angle from that same shot over there at Destin. So you can see all of the fish. It's amazing having a dead fish. It's just one spot. You can imagine when it goes around. Okay, saying right here, I just picked this, makes a lot of sense. Your cell phone has already replaced your camera, your calendar, your alarm clock. Don't let it replace your family. This needs to be read to a lot of folks. It's amazing what all we're seeing. Let me show you. This is my heart right here. My grandkids. Mason just had his 11th birthday. They're all home and Tuesday night. And happy birthday, Mason, 11 years old. And that's Ashley, Mason, Whitney, and Maddie and Mackenzie in the back. All right. Jacob Chambers, fishing out of a pond, caught a nice catfish. Nice job, Jacob Chambers. Good job there. Okay, I think that's going to be, Jeff, I think that's all. I do have one more. Victor Hathcote sent this in over in Choctawhatchee. Some really nice fish here. He said, hey, Coach, I'm sorry I've been slacking. October's turned into a vacation month for me. I was at the race in Talladega last weekend, but my fishing buddy was in Hogtown Bayou and had a great day. Slot reds and some quality trout. Looks like the trout are really picking up there. Love to show you, brother, in the gap. Thank you for sending that Choctawhatchee Bay report. So that takes care of some good pictures and all, and we appreciate y'all sending those in and keeping informed on that red tide. People talk about a red tide. We don't need to worry about it. We have no control over it. It's just one of those things that happen. But you can, I always look for the silver lining in all kind of bad things that happen. And I was thinking about the Native Americans and the early settlers here in this area and what they did when they had a fish kill, and they would have them on occasion. I saw that doing the research for my book. They would have some fish kills, and I'm sure it's red tide. I don't know if they called it a red tide back then. They just called it fish kills. And that was before, any kind of industry was in here, so you had anything to blame it on. But what they did, they just scooped them up and put them in buckets and took the dead fish to their garden and used that as fertilizer. It was just natural for them to do that. Like I said, Native Americans did it, and the early settlers did it before they could go to Lowe's or Home Depot and buy fertilizer. That's what they used it for. So, with that being said, if you got a dead fish, I always throw it around. I've done that at home before. Every now and then a dead fish wash up. I just get it and go throw it around a fruit tree or something. So keep that in mind. All right. Now, and speaking of my book, I got a nice call Tuesday afternoon this week. A lady wanted to know where she could find my book, and got to talking to her. And her stepdad had a stroke, and he was down at Bay Medical. And he'd always wanted one of my books, and she really wanted to get him one. So while he was in the hospital and recovering, he could look at the book. And I told her, I found out, like I said, in Bay Medical, I said, just run down Harrison Avenue, stop by C&G, pick one up, and run over to the hospital. She was so excited about getting it. So when people ask it, it's a great gift, and we're going to talk more about it as the season comes upon us, Christmas season comes upon us. But they're at all my sponsors, C&G, Blue Water, Sunjammers, they have full box. And again, that just makes you feel good when you know that somebody's going to enjoy it like that. Okay, now a couple more things. The second phase of dove season is going to open up 2 weeks from tomorrow, November the 14th. Remember, the second and third phase is when you can go hunt early. You can get out there really 30 minutes before sunrise. I'm not programmed to do that. I may try it later on. I like to hunt early in the morning, but bird hunting for dove just has not clicked with me. But I know some folks do it and really have a good time doing it. And sometimes they'll get a limit by 8 or 9 o'clock. You get that early. What happens with the doves? They do this early morning feeding, and they're moving around, and they're jumping on that food, and then getting on out of there. So if you get a chance to do that, but dove shoot, honestly, that second phase, once you get 1 or 2 cold fronts coming in, that second phase is a wonderful time to go on a dove shoot, okay? All right, a couple other things, but let me go ahead. Let me add this name, too, on the drawing. This is by phone, Mark McCoy. Got your name right here in pickle jar. Now, we're going to be doing the drawing in the next segment. So let's go and take a break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back to this segment of Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate you viewing. I know you're getting ready for some big weekend activities in the outdoors. Looks really good on some big ball games tonight all throughout the Panhandle. Hope you get a chance to see some of them, and good luck to all the teams playing. I wanted to mention I got a video coming up for a couple of minutes, but I've got some information. Bill Frater sent me nice information on the Louisiana marshes. I know that's outside the Panhandle, but I know a lot of our folks go to Louisiana and fish and all, about how the boundaries they have over there. You know, it's like here, Apalachicola Bay and St. Andrew Bay, you can go up in a marsh anywhere because it's state property, but over there it's different. And I'm not going to get into detail, but I'm going to maybe next week one morning talk about how that's different. But Bill, thank you for sending that information to us. Also, I was thinking about the glamour fish, and now of course the inshore fish is the redfish, and for many years the glamour fish was a speckled trout, and I've been amused at how it slowly shifted over. You don't have very many speckled trout tournaments, but you have a bunch of redfish tournaments. I call that the glamour fish, and I'm going to talk about that next week about how that has developed over the years. And like I say, they used to have, you know, the speckled trout was the fish to catch here in the base system throughout the Panhandle, but now it's the redfish, and it's funny how that switched over. We'll talk about that later. Also, I want to mention, why don't we go ahead and do our drawing now? I don't want to forget it. I put it over here for our Tarpon Rock Seafood giveaway. All right, this is going to be for $20 gift certificate, and it is going way down at the bottom. That's going to be Ernie Rogadio, okay? $20. A neighbor up there in Southport, that's your second win. You were hot, Ernie. Tell you what. And the winner for the red snapper, which is good this time of year, is going to be Buddy Brown. All right, Buddy Brown and Ernie Rogadio. All right, now we're going to set up video at the CEOPA conference. We're up there, and each year the Southeastern Outdoor Press Association gives some awards to some outstanding young people in the field of outdoor communication, and one is called one is called the Lindsay Tenney Award. It's for just outstanding leadership, outstanding work in outdoor communication. Another award is called the Dave Meredith Award. So these two young, last year, if you remember, there's two young ladies from LSU, and they won the award, had a nice interview with them. I know they're doing well. This year, it's two young men, and they're from Ole Miss. And I told them, I said, we're covering the Southeastern Conference well. But you're going to enjoy this interview. What's fascinating to me about the interview is of course, they're talkative and they have a great idea. Listen to what they're doing and check on their website and all. But we actually, in keeping with our theme of being a reality TV show, we're actually filming this at the shooting range. That afternoon they took us out to a shooting range in Eufaula. And so in the background you're going to hear all kind of gunshots. So it's not a bank robbery or anything. We're at a shooting range. So let's go ahead and roll this. These two young men, you're going to really enjoy meeting them. And let's roll this video, Jeff. All right, folks, we're rolling. Here I am with these two young men. I've been really impressed with them. You know, last year we interviewed two young ladies from LSU. This year I've run across two young folks, but they're from Ole Miss. McLean McGuire?
Yes, sir.
John David.
Nice to meet you.
Good to see you guys. And I've been watching all 3 or 4 days here at the conference, and we've got to talk a good bit.
Yeah.
So I'm impressed with what you guys are starting out to do. So tell us briefly a little bit about your background and where you headed.
All right, I'll start it. So John David and I have been hunting together since we were about 10 years old. We were lucky enough to grow up hunting in Arkansas, Forest City, Arkansas together. And when we went to separate high schools, but then when we went to the same college and realized, you know, we like hunting and fishing so much, we might as well start toting these cameras around with us. So we started a little outdoor media company, Team Renegade Outdoors, and we've been having fun with it. We got a good follow base in Oxford, and we've been having a blast with it.
All right, John David, now where did y'all grow up, in what area?
We're both from outside of Memphis, Tennessee, and you know, being in Memphis, you know, we're strategically located with the best hunting opportunities around us. So, you know, we've tried to take full advantage of that, and we're trying to show that to the next generation.
Well, you impressed me when I was talking to you the first time. Y'all told me your target group is aged like 12 to 24.
Yes, sir.
And what do you want to try to do with them?
You want to take it?
Yeah, well, I'll take it. So what we've been kind of doing is touching on, you know, how, like we met with the hunter safety guy yesterday at Breakout Day, and how important it is to, you know, we got to teach the kids our age, you know, if you want to hunt for the rest of your life, you're gonna have to stay alive, and one of those is, you know, wearing your hunter safety system. And when you're climbing up in the tree, you gotta, I mean, you feel naked without it. Once you get the hang of it, you'll feel naked without it, and you'll realize, you know, this is not safe. And also, you know, if you're not, you know, we don't have that much private land to hunt in Oxford, Mississippi, where we're going to school now, and it's crucial to find some public land, and there's a lot more public land than our generation realizes. And if you get Google Maps out and you figure it out, and you ask your local game warden, and he'll help you out. And there's a lot of opportunities to hunt all around.
Well, one thing I've learned from your generation is to look it up here really
Yes,
fast.
sir.
Okay, we've done that. John David, I know you won the scholarship, the Linton Sell Tennis Scholarship. That's a prestigious award, and congratulations on winning.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I'm extremely honored to receive that award. And like McLean said, we were fortunate enough to grow up with a hunting background, but a lot of kids aren't, and a lot of people are interested in getting in the outdoors, but they don't know how. And so we want to use our videos to introduce new folks to the outdoors. And
okay, and how can folks they go to Team Renegade online, or how?
Yeah, we have a website right now, teamrenegadeoutdoors.com, and also hottytoddy.com. We are not right now, but starting next month, we'll be running the outdoor column there. We'll post all of our videos and write hunting stories and columns. So check out hottytoddy.com and Team Renegade Outdoors.
You can also check out our Vimeo channel, which is where we post some of our videos. But if you're on social media, we're a big proponent of Instagram. We post all of our immediate content to Instagram to let our followers know exactly what we're doing when we're doing it.
Yeah,
So,
that's a common thing, folks. I know
Absolutely.
some of y'all scratching your head. What's that Instagram? I promise you, we're going to talk more about it.
At Team Renegade Outdoors.
Okay,
Instagram.
that's a good one. So we want to teach the kids from this to this and this.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And it's great to see this generation right here. They really will associate with these guys a lot quicker than will some of us. Unless they know us, of course. So thank y'all so much, and best of luck to you. And
Thank
good luck
you.
with Ole Miss now.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Hotty toddy.
Welcome back. We're on a famous Friday fishing forecast brought to us by Tarpon Dock Seafood, and we're going to start right off the bat. We're going to start with a phone interview down at Carabel. Captain Kim down there at Sea Quarters Marina, and we're going to find out what's going on. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning, Mr. Chester.
Hey, listen now, just give us a fishing report down on your neck of the woods.
Well, they're doing pretty good, real close to shore, off the beaches and what have you. We're doing some good Spanish mackerel also, trout, and redfish are still biting. Mullet bite's been real good. They're already full row. So everybody's been having a real good time inshore because it's been a bit windy to go offshore last couple days.
Yeah, I bet it's been that way down here. Okay, let's talk about the pompano bite. You get any kind of pompano bite that way?
Pompano's been real good last 5 or 6 days. I think they're just been hitting real good this last week.
Boy, that's what we were talking about, and that's a big thing of this late part of October. It's an excellent run down in that neck of the woods. Well, now
That's it.
you mentioned you had some loopers coming through, and they're while they're waiting for the storm going away, or what's going on with them?
Yeah, it's great. They're all starting to come from the west right now for the most part. The American Great Loop is really popular about this time of year. The kids all come from the west or maybe the Mississippi. They head this direction, and then they wait for a good window to cross the Gulf towards Tarpon, Clearwater, that type of thing. And, of course, it's been a little stormy last couple of days, so we've been really blessed with a good crowd.
And they've been doing some fishing off the back of the boat, or?
Yeah, we got them all hooked up with some frozen shrimp and some cut-up mullet, and they've been having a blast over here.
Well, I know they're enjoying that. They're right there in a great place. And okay, one more quick question. We'll let you go. How's the red tide down in your area?
We don't seem to see a whole lot of action with the red tide. It hasn't been too bad on this side. And like I said, I think the goldenrod and the tie are worse than that so far.
Okay. Good report, Captain Kim. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Have a great weekend. Catch them up.
All right, bud. We'll see you. All right, now, good report right there. Let's move on up there toward, let's go on and start working in our direction, coming up here. I want to say our direction here in Panama City, but some good ground to cover. East Point, you're going to do real well at East Point, fishing off the bridges, coming out on the bridge there on both sides of the big bridge, the old bridge and then the new bridge on St. George Island. This area right in here. There's going to be some good fishing. Fish kill is not too bad in that area right now. Move on down toward Apalachicola Bay. The river system, the Choctawhatchee River just has not changed all that much. So you're going to get some good fishing up here in the flats. For speckled trout, should be real good up there in that area. And come on down to St. George Island. behind St. George Island. I want to go down to Indian Pass because I was there Saturday afternoon and got to talk to some fishermen, and we got some people at the camp there, and they were fishing outgoing tide, and they were not having much luck, but it was really moving swift. I'll show you some video we took later on. Really moving swift out of there. We had those really strong tides this week, so be aware of that. Come over quickly to St. Joe Bay. St. Joe Bay has red tide, and I planned on fishing last Saturday morning, all week long. I planned on fishing. Got up there Saturday morning, and the surf was just too rough to fish. So what we did, we actually got in the truck and just drove the beach. There wasn't many people on it, and the fish kill. I bet I didn't pass 3 or 4 dead fish, which you normally do anyway on the whole strip from Cape San Blas. But what we did see was a lot of churned up water and a lot of bait fish that they were out there in clear water, not the churned up water. So it was not good. Now don't forget the big pompano. Don't forget what you saw this Wednesday on the show. That 20+ inch pompano was caught at Mexico Beach, St. Joe Beach area, and it's fascinating. That was just a huge fish. Quickly in the St. Andrew Bay, the best bet is to get away from Grand Lagoon. We got the fish kill all up in here. Best bet. I live up in here. We haven't seen any dead fish in North Bay or West Bay on the shoreline here. Some really good fishing here. We just got the Choctawhatchee Bay report on the earlier segment with Victor Hathcote. So they're catching some fish over there. They're catching some fish in areas that don't let the red tide bother you. They're cleaning up really good, and like I said, it's a natural occurrence. So should be a good weekend to go fishing. Use some flounder should be doing really well, but I would fish up around the shoreline up in the pass situation. We got to cut it short. We'll have the fishing report now online if you need to go check it out. We've got some friends out of town who check out the fishing report. Offshore red snapper is closing up. All right. As always, want to thank y'all for watching the show. One thing to keep in mind too, if you're in the area where the fish kill is, you can go 200 yards and maybe whichever wind direction and get into clear water. And that pompano was caught, like I say, right there around fish kills on both sides of it. So don't let that deter you. You have a great weekend. Do something outdoors, and always do something good for your fellow man. And we'll see you later. God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.